Penguin Publishers' claims stood against Harry's side at court about his visa, honest or dishonest. A court has reportedly been told Prince Harry's memoir cannot be seen as legal proof that the Duke took illegal substances, despite his confession within the memoir Spare. The claim by the Biden administration came as a think tank in Washington, D.C. sought access to Harry's visa application to see if he lied about drug taking. John Bardo, for the Department of Homeland Security, told the court Harry's book Spare wasn't sworn testimony or proof that he took illegal substances. He said, just by saying something in a book doesn't make it true. Bardo, a lawyer for the Biden administration, is said to have argued that Harry took illegal substances and could have been embellished to sell books, according to The Telegraph. The Heritage Foundation has argued that Harry's seeming confession about his past substance use should have disqualified him from entry into the United States, but Bardo reportedly told the court, saying something in a book doesn't necessarily make it true. The Heritage Foundation has suggested the prince was either not truthful in his application or was given favourable treatment after being allowed access into the country before staying there as a resident. The lawsuit against the DHS was brought by the Heritage, who claim Harry's visa application was of immense public interest. The claim by the Biden administration, saying something in a book doesn't make it true, completely contrasts to Harry's publisher, as said before. Today, Richard Eden exposed on X that Prince Harry's publisher Penguin said Harry's memoir was honest. It's irony. Rumours were that Harry and his publisher were blaming each other, but Penguin Random House said it was his wife Meghan Markle and the ghostwriter who confirmed it. Indeed, in 2022, publisher Penguin Random House said the book takes readers immediately back to one of the most searing images of the 20th century. Two young boys, two princes, walking behind their mother's coffin as the world watched in sorrow and horror. With its raw, unflinching honesty, Spare is a landmark publication full of insight, revelation, self-examination, and hard-won wisdom about the eternal power of love over grief, said the publisher. Also, doesn't Harry also describe Spare as written with unflinching honesty on the new Fancy Smancy Sussex website? Maybe they'll backtrack that now, but we have the receipts right here. Who's greasing palms to cover up his lying, likely screwed up his visa status, and scrambling. It's why some of the paperwork was lost. In theory, he could have been on a diplomatic visa, which would have been a diplomatic problem post-Megxit, and he would have been hired illegally by BetterUp, or he's on an O1 visa, the extraordinary person one, which also brings up questions on how it was fast-tracked. Worst case scenario, he wasn't on any visa initially and just stayed with a passport longer than he should have until it was corrected. Vibe is that a department screwed up the oversight in this, or different departments assumed others were handling it. Even if one agrees he lied in Spare, he still did an interview where Harry spoke about psychedelics being a fundamental part of his everyday life. So either he started this practice before, which impacts his visa, or after living with Meghan in California, which brings up more questions about how he's thriving, not just surviving. The US government is propping Harry up with what appears to be blatant lies.